This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. Okay, and as I promised, I was making a video on why I do not like One Torch and think that Hasbro action figures have gone down in quality. I haven't really bought any new ones besides a few vintage series ones and an occasional black series, but right now I'm only talking about the 3.75 inch figures. I think black series figures are still good as always, but for 3.75 inch, they've definitely gone down in quality. And to prove it, I took 3 Stormtroopers, one from the, I believe, the 90s, maybe the 80s, one from the 2000s, and one from the 2010s. I put them all here, and I would ask you, would you think this is the correct order? Do you think that this is the 2000s, taking a look at it, or the 2000s and 90s, having much more basic builds, not too many functions, the only really ability to move the hips? Would you say this is the 2010s? It definitely looks more updated, but does not have that good of articulation in the limbs. And this is the 2010s to now kind of 2020s, where you could see many points of articulation. And just let you know, this might not be the correct helmet for him, because this is a Stormtrooper Han, and I believe I lost the helmet. I think I found it, but I'm not sure if this is the correct one. Though, look around, pop it off. This is the Stormtrooper Han, but those two are regular ones. But taking a look at them, would you say that this is probably a pretty accurate representation of each era? Well, if you said yes, I would say you're wrong, because this is actually the order. This is a more modern Stormtrooper from Rogue One. This is a 2000s Han Solo, maybe early 2010s, but not exactly. I don't remember exactly. And this is the oldest one of the older Stormtroopers from the 80s or 90s. And looking at the three, you can kind of see, it seems that they've been just dropping down in quality. The Stormtrooper has so many ways it can move. You can move the arms this way. There's a bend here, and even a bend in the hands. And the same with the other arm, and the knee. Also bend, move, and you have a lot of movement around here. Sorry about that. I had to cut off. So I was just saying, this newer one does not have any movement in the arms besides up and down. Can't even move it side to side. And I think it's a fairly weak figure. It also came with this pauldron, but I decided to take it off just so you could take a look at the Stormtroopers in their most basic stripped down forms. And you can see they're pretty nice, but not perfect. Overall, Han's head. It's not perfect, but if I go and grab the other ones I wanted to use for proof, and these ones I have mainly by, the era they would appear in, so it could be a lot more obvious. Did the Stormtrooper ones, since I had one from each era. Let's pull them out. We'll put our sequel era, so there's Disney era stuff over here. 90s, no, these are the 2000s. And then ones I wanted to use for the 90s and 80s. Okay, so let's take a look at them. As you can see, these have pretty similar features to the Stormtrooper. Not a lot of points of of movement. The head details are okay. You see that again looking at Luke. And mainly just approved for cape quality. I took this Royal Guard, which I'm pretty sure is from the 90s. That's the only one I'm not 100% on. This may be a 2000s one, but I'm not fully sure on that. They did use cloth capes at the time, taking a look at it. But they also used hard capes. Ones that were just, you know, basic to put around. As you can see, those that, of course, they're like that. But then if we move up to 2000s, we have one like Ben Kenobi, and just to prove he has a cloth cape, because he's the only one that had that, you know, very predominant cloth one. Don't have too many ones that have, you know, cloth stuff. So you could see this, it's clearly cloth, as you could tell. He's moving, he has movable limbs. Probably his arms in the wrong way. You can see a lot of points of, you know, articulation and movement. And then when I brought out Cody, and you can see he's pretty detailed. He also has a lot of points of articulation and a removable helmet. All eras do have removable helmets, but I decided to show him and Rex off. And as you can see here, Rex does have a harder fabric. It's not really fabric, it's more of a plastic, but it's mainly used so we could hold this on for his blaster pistol to be in. But now let's take a look at sequel era stuff. Look at this Rave. This was like the Obi-Wan over here. This stuff would have been cloth, but it is not. We have hard plastic. And I guess hard is kind of like a, you know, flexible plastic. And I would say that, taking a look at head details, the face detailing hasn't been super improved. Remember, this one's based off of a CGI character. And if we go to capes, they all include this type of cape, which is more of a hard plastic that just fits around the shoulders. And this is one of the reasons I just don't like these types of action figures anymore, especially they're being sold, because it feels like they've just kind of given up on them. If you think of it, comparing these, we should have probably a lot better improvement in face look, but this doesn't look too much better than this. It looks a little better, but the only ones that it's a really improvement over are these. This look clearly needs, you know, not as detailed at the time or as accurate looking. To this Luke is honestly not even too much of an improvement. And if you don't think that there are real ways to improve it, allow me to cut and go grab my Black Series Luke Skywalker. Taking a look at this Luke, it looks, you know, a lot better. It's definitely different and is way more unique. This is Black Series, so it's supposed to be in a higher quality. But you can see full cloth robes. Yeah, that's why I'm generally fine with getting an occasional Black Series. But this, and if this is older, I believe this is like maybe earlier 2000s, not earlier 2010s, but this is Last Jedi, like 2017 was it? And it just feels like it's such a downgrade, especially with the, you know, the limbs. And just take a look at this Luke to prove, first off, it's really annoying to get them in and out. And you can see, can't even turn the wrists on these. That is just such a sad, you know, fallback. I think it's been so lazy with how they've designed it, and to really say it, I haven't really been getting them that much. And I've also have barely seen these in stores being sold. The only place I've actually seen them really is Five Below. And those are like ones that are from like, the newer movies that probably didn't sell well. And I'm talking about, a traditional store. If I go to like your like a local reselling toy store, yeah, I'll find these types of figures. But of newer ones, really can't find that many. But also, the last time I saw any type of, 3.75 was last July in a big retail store at a Walmart. And those were the collectible ones from Empire Strikes Back, the vintage ones. I got those because I thought they'd be cool to have. But this is really sad to see. And I think that's kind of it. I could probably go on even longer for hours about how I just don't like what they've done with, the new Lego. Not the new Lego, I'm looking at my Lego sets right next to me with the new Star Wars action figures. And honestly, it's just a real shame. These used to be, so cool and detailed. Hey, look at this Cody helmet. It's pretty good, and the head, although not perfect, is nice. And we'll take a look at Rex's also. One that's never been seen in live action, and that's a really good job with it. And of course, I haven't really been getting many years, and I haven't really seen that many revealed that aren't Black Series ones or vintage. And this is really just why I've kind of given up on it. I've really just not been liking what they've been doing, and that's why I haven't been getting them. I will get some, from the, local, like, secondary toy store. I'll get cool ones I like that are older, but I'm generally not getting ones from newer Disney ones because they just don't have those the details are as nice as the old ones. Of course, the only exceptions are I'd get some vintage ones because they look cool, and there's no way I'm spending that much money to get actual vintage ones, or I'd get a Black Series. But besides that, I'm not really planning on getting any of the modern Star Wars ones. And I think that kind of just sums it up. Looking at all these, you could pretty much see how I could be disappointed on how this has just been going down in quality. And if you want to take a look, let's see. With Lego has always been improving how many figures look. And they've gone from some pretty basic ones to far better looking ones. And that is impressive how they are able to fix things up so quickly and improve everything. But looking at this, it's just so sad to see. And I believe I have just covered everything. I'm starting to repeat myself now. I hope you can understand my points of view, and I wonder if you share them too. But I'll see you guys all in the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.